Today in this video we are going to discuss few important questions on class 10th science chapter number 14, that is sources of energy. These questions are related to the topics that we have already covered. We'll start with second question. What are the environmental consequences of the increasing demand for energy? What steps would you suggest to reduce energy consumption? Industrialization increases the demand for energy. Fossil fuels are easily accessible source of energy that fulfill this demand. The increased use of fossil fuels has a harsh effect on the environment. Too much exploitation of fossil fuels increases the level of greenhouse gases content in the atmosphere, resulting in global warming. It is not possible to completely reduce the consumption of fossil fuels. However, some measures can be taken, such as using electrical appliances wisely and not wasting electricity. Unnecessary usage of water should be avoided. Public transport system with mass transit must be adopted on a large scale. These small steps may help in reducing the consumption of natural resources and conserving them. So this question was based on what are the consequences of using the energies and what steps would you suggest to reduce energy. You can make this answer in your own words as you like it. The next question is, what is a good source of energy? A good source of energy should have following qualities, that is, should be easily available, should do a large amount of work, it should be easy to store and transport, it should be economical, it should cause less environmental pollution. Next is, what is good fuel? A good fuel produces large amount of heat. See, what was fuel? A fuel was anything which produces heat, but a good fuel would be which produces a large amount of heat and does not produce a lot of smoke and is easily available. Next is, if you could use any source of energy for heating your food, which one would you use and why? We shall use LPG or CNG gas or electricity for heating our food because these are efficient ways of supplying energy. Thermal efficiency of the energy source is large, there is less pollution and the source can be used easily. These all questions are very important in this chapter. What are disadvantages of fossil fuels? We have discussed all these disadvantages in the video when we covered fossil fuels. Next is, why are we looking at alternate sources of energy? So why we are looking at alternate sources? Because fossil fuels, which have been traditionally used by human beings as an energy sources, are non-renewable sources of energy. That means they cannot be replaced. These sources of energy are limited and cannot be replenished on their own. They are being consumed at a large rate. If this rate of consumption continues, then the fossil fuels would be exhausted from the earth. Therefore, we should look for alternate sources of energy. Next is, how has the traditional use of wind and water energy been modified for our convenience? Now this question means how we are using wind and water to produce energy or to produce electricity for our convenience. This was also discussed in the video, that it is used to generate rotate turbines, and that turbine is connected to generator which produces electricity. To use energy of flowing water, large dams are built in hilly regions to store huge amount of water at a height. The stored water from high level in dam is carried through pipes to the turbine, and that runs the hydropower plant. Similarly, wind energy is used to generate electricity. For the same purpose, rotatory motion of windmill is used to turn the turbine of electric generator. So on the whole, if you are converting wind energy, thermal energy, water energy into electricity, the main thing is that they are used to rotate turbine, and those turbines are connected to the generator which convert them into electricity.